Alright, this is a balancing equation practice worksheet. I'll go over some of the examples on here to help you out. So put these in your notebook or on a separate piece of paper just for extra practice. Alright, the first thing that you need to do before you balance any equation is to go through and count the number of elements that you have, or the number of atoms that you have on each side of your equation. So I'm going to start off by writing down my compounds that I have. So are my elements. I have sodium, nitrogen, oxygen, and lead. Over on my other side, you're going to have the same elements on each side. I list them in the exact same order as I do on my reactant side just because it's easier to compare. So we're going to count. Okay, sodium, 1. Nitrogen, 1. Oxygen, I have 3 here, 1 here, making 4. Lead, I have 1. Over here on the product side, sodium, I have 2. Nitrogen, now this one's kind of funny because you have this subscript on the outside that gets distributed to both the nitrogen and the oxygen by multiplication. So I have 2 nitrogen there. Oxygen, you have 6 right here. 2 times 3 is 6. But then another one over here, it's on the same side, so you have to include it. So total of 7. Lead, I have 1. Alright, now the next thing you do is you look to see what do you need to do to balance it. So I'm looking over on my product side, and I see that I have 2 sodiums here. So to balance it out, I need 2 sodiums on this side. So I find the compound that has sodium in it, and I put a 2 out in front. Now this 2 out in front gets distributed, just like in math class, by multiplication to everything in that compound. So I have 2 sodiums, 2 nitrogens. Now my oxygen, 2 times 3 is 6, plus I have this one, it's on the same side, so I include it, so that makes 7. So now I look back and forth, 2, 2, 2, 2, 7, 7, 1, 1. I am balanced just by putting a 2 out in front of the first compound. Alright, next one. Same thing, we're going to go through and we're going to count. So start off silver, iodine, iron, carbon, and oxygen. Same thing on the other side. Silver, iodine, iron, carbon, and oxygen. I'm going to count how many of each element I have. Okay, silver I have 1, iodine 1, iron 2, carbon, now it's inside parentheses. There's a 1 inside the parentheses with it, 3 on the outside, so it gets distributed by multiplication. Now the oxygen has 3 inside parentheses, 3 on the outside, multiply, 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, come over to my product side. I have 2 silver. Iodine, I have 3 iodine. Iron, I have 1. Carbon, I have 1. And oxygen, I have 3. So now I look, where do I need to go to balance? So I'm going to start off with my oxygen. I have 9 on my product side, and I've got 3 over here. So I'm going to see if I put a 3 out in front and multiply that last one by 3, what happens? Okay, that 3 gets distributed, and now I have 6 silver, gets distributed to the C, so I have 3 carbons now, also gets distributed to the oxygen, so I have 9 oxygen. Alright, so now I'm still not completely balanced. I have 2 irons over here and only 1 here. So I'm going to put a 2 out in front. That changes my iron to 2 and my iodine to 6. that the silver is not balanced. However, the silver and iodine are not balanced. However, the remaining 3 do not look too bad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add, I see silver is 6 here. I'm going to put a 6 out in front over on this side so that I can get that side to be have 6 silver. So 6 silver, 6 iodine, so if you noticed, I am balanced now. 6, 6, 6, 6, 2, 2, C has, carbon has 3 on each side, oxygen has 9. So in this blank that you see with the, the iron carbonate, you don't need to put anything. So 6, open, 2, 3. All right, why don't you go ahead and try number 3. I want you to pause this podcast and go through and do the count. If you get stuck, then just play it. I am going to continue, but I want you to pause it. All right, counting on each side. I have 2 carbon, 4 hydrogen, 4 oxygen because you have 2 here, 2 there. On the product side, 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen, 3 oxygen. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start with my hydrogen. I want to make this a 4 on my product side, so I'm going to put a 2 out in front. Changes the hydrogen to 4, but it also changes my oxygen to 4 because I have 2 with the carbon, and then that gets distributed to the oxygen, making 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, my carbon is still off, so I have a 2 over here on this side, so I'm going to put a 2 out in front of the carbon on my product side. That changes my carbon to 2, but now it changes my oxygen again. 2 times 2 is 4, plus the additional 2 with the water makes 6. So I need to get 6 over here on my reactant side. I have 4. So looking, I have oxygen in 2 different places. 2 plus 2 is 4. I need to increase that to 6. So if I put a 2, because I only want to change the oxygen, I don't want to mess with this compound right here because my other elements are already balanced. So if I put a 2 in front of just the oxygen, 2 times 2 is 4, plus the additional 2 there makes for 6. So now I am balanced. Let me erase all the messy stuff here. So there is an open spot on the first compound, then 2, 2, and 2. Alright, so this method is just it's a back and forth method trying to figure out how you can get these things balanced. So hopefully this short podcast helped a little bit. If not, come see me for additional help.